Today's video is about the fact that some of my dear friends that I've known my whole life have become the Walking Dead. Well, hey there, boys and girls. I know it's been a minute since I made a video, but better late than never, right? So, if you're not unlike me, well, you may have been finding happening, you get older, and when you get older, people start to, check out. I describe it, for better or worse, as their pieces coming off the board. You're gonna lose people. A few years ago, I made a video about the fact that I had basically attended 4 funerals in short order. Unfortunately, 4 funerals and no wedding, but I'd lost like 4 friends in short order, and it was obviously a very discouraging and depressing time. And then back in 2024, in fairly short succession within that calendar year, I lost my mentor, who was a close friend and associate since college, and that loss still hurts a lot. And then the biggest one of all came at the end of 2024 when my mother passed away. So don't get too sad just yet, but this video is not about that. What this video is about, though, is the fact that I continue to lose people. I am losing loved ones to what can only be described as the spreading disease of the undead. Some of my friends have become the Walking Dead. What is the Walking Dead? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to take the next few minutes to explain it to you. So, in the natural, you're going to lose people, lose loved ones. But what's happening is this kind of an unnatural thing, and maybe I'm not alone here, where I'm losing loved ones to what Elon Musk describes as the woke mind virus. What that looks like is a separation in ideology that divides two otherwise normally agreeable people. I mean, the 2 friends I've lost most recently were 2 of the closest friends I ever had in my life. Let's just take a moment of silence in remembrance of the 2 friends that I lost. All right, so I'm back. The first one of these friends actually voted for Trump back in 2016. And then, well, let's just say the shortest version of what happened next is that they lost their ever-loving mind. This person went completely TTS. She was paying way more attention to him than I was. Would just argue with me about Trump no matter what. And I honestly, listen, I will acknowledge right here and right now, I confess, in 2020, when I had nothing but COVID and time on my hands, I was up late a lot. I was invested in what was going on, and I went from somebody who literally paid little to no attention to the news, oblivious, and I was a happier person. I'm going to tell you that right now. Ignorance is bliss. To a point, when I stopped being deceived, I went from one ditch, not paying attention over here on this side of the road at all, to like paying too much attention over in this ditch over here. So yes, in 2020, I posted stuff like gangbusters. I'm aware I got a lot wrong. I feel like I'm more middle of the road now. The point is that I tapered back off. I stopped posting about Trump. I got to the point where, to me, friendships weren't worth losing over this stuff. I'd rather fight for my friends than fight with my friends. I just determined I am not going to talk politics with this woman because it's not worth it. I love her too much. I've known her too long. I'm not going to get into it with her. But invariably, every time we would have a conversation, she had to bring it up. She was just very upset. And sometimes she would just text me out of the blue. And she'd be like, well, Trump is up to this and Trump is up to that. That's cool. How are you doing otherwise? Hope you're good. I was trying to be encouraging, trying to be consistent, trying to be a blessing, trying to be a friend, not trying to argue. And then, I kid you not, one time, I was just sitting at home minding my own business, watching TV. And mind you, we live in completely different states, different time zones. And I was not bothering this lady, this wonderful, lifelong friend of mine. I was not trying to mess with her. And the crazy thing is, my phone rings. And I think she probably had tossed back a couple, but she's just like, I'm telling you, out of the clear blue sky. She's just like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, good grief.
She just was like, I'm done. It's the end of that friendship, right? So now cut to the most recent situation. I have another friend. This friend also happened to be at my 12th birthday party, right? So I've known this person coming on now 45 years of my life. So last week, though, issues going on with immigration and Minnesota and people posting nonsense on Facebook. And I'm not defending what I did, but I got on Facebook feeling ornery, trolling a little bit. So I did push back a little bit on what some of my Christian friends were posting. And I pushed back on this mutual friend of ours, awesome lady, and I wasn't trying to get into a beef with her by any stretch, but I was just like, you kind of got this backwards, this issue. Trying to say, do more research, do better. And I saw that my old lifelong friend had given this gal a thumbs up on her post. Well, I thought me and this friend were more so on the same page. He does not act liberal. I've never known him to have shown symptoms of woke mind virus or any of that kind of stuff. So I said, tag them, right or wrong, so they would get a notification about it. And I said, I know you know better. Pushed back, busted his chops just a little bit, right? The next thing I know, I check and I'm no longer a friend with this lifelong friend. on Facebook. I mean, they've straight up, just clearly, obviously, almost immediately decided he wasn't having it from me, unfriended me, right? And I was like, wait a minute, there's no way. And this dude, my friend, he has 1,000 friends on Facebook. So me, like, known him lifelong, was pretty much the alternate best man for my wedding, and then someone I've known my entire life, and who is a believer in Jesus Christ. I guess he decided that 1,000 fake friends, on Facebook were more important than yours truly, which is fine. I'm not trying to play the victim here. I know I started to plot and I did stuff, and I'm sure I'm not perfectly likable. I'm sure that to some people I'm a total beep beep, whatever. So it is what it is. If I'm not trying to justify me or my actions or my personality or whatever, I love these two people, and that's not to say that I don't get cantankerous, I think is a word I'm looking for, right, with people, and maybe I'm not a lot of fun, and maybe it's easier, especially on social media, just to be like unfriend. Okay, that's fine. But I'm here to just share my heart with hopefully actual, real, consistent, steady friends, and also to encourage those that may be in a similar boat that are just like, yeah, got lifelong friends that are unfriending me. I was telling a friend at work about it. His wife, one of her bridesmaids, unfriended her when she voted for Trump in 2020. It's insane. Because here's what's happening, especially among unsaved people that are part of the Woking Dead.
Can't stand it anymore. I gotta get out of here.
You can't really reason with them as much anymore. Can't even relate with them anymore.
Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
So it's ironic because some of these folks are born again Christians, right? Even though they have eternal life, they're like among the Woking Dead. This crosses all societal lines. People of every denomination, all stripes and sizes. It doesn't matter what gender or what color you are or what nationality, political persuasion you are. Conservative, liberal, vaccinated, unvaccinated, saved, unsaved, spirit-filled, not so spirit-filled. It doesn't matter what age a person is. This is crazy. It's out of control because it goes like this across every single otherwise differentiating denominator across all facets of humanity. It's like, this can be anybody, right? I got some revelation on the subject because it's confusing to me that people that I once was in great theological, socio-political, ideological agreement with that are still on the other side of this division in culture right now. So it's hard to reconcile. Like, what is the determining factor? Like, how do people fall so obviously, so definitively on either side of this great divide among otherwise previously fairly civilized human beings, right? People on both sides that are mad at other people. I just feel like I'm probably not alone with what's going on. And people that you love that are mature, awesome, considerate, caring, wonderful, sometimes born again and spirit-filled folks that are just, no, that ain't what's going on. You know what's going on. Do all this and that and the other. Anyway, I digress. I really just wanted to say, I want you to know you're not alone. I attribute the source of the division ultimately to demonic deception. Just keep loving people. Be patient. Don't quibble. Don't argue. Don't break out your bicker ball and go for slam dunks. You ain't gonna argue anybody into agreeing with you. That's for sure. Some people are gonna just wanna not be friends with you, and it's okay. Just do the right thing. It'll all sort out eventually. When we get to heaven, if they're believers, I look forward to seeing them again, and that's gonna be an awesome time. Otherwise, no actual friends were hurt in the making of this video.